Soulja Boy, he been canceled. He nobody cares Soulja Boy.
The internet is on fire after Marlon Wayans allegedly exposed Soulja Boy during a backstage conversation that has now gone viral. According to leaked audio and reports circulating online, Wayans suggested that Soulja had been hiding a secret relationship with another man, shocking fans who had long seen the rapper as one of hip-hop's most outspoken ladies' men. The revelation came during what was supposed to be a lighthearted comedy exchange, but Marlon dropped a line that instantly shifted the energy. "Y'all don't even know the real Soulja. Ask him about the man he been sneaking around with."
He went just like that. I said, "What you gonna do with that?" So I slapped him again.
Okay. And then after you slapped him again, he let off?
That's when he let off. That's when I got hit right here, in the front of my thigh. That was
The crowd reacted with gasps and laughter, but online, the comments were anything but jokes. Fans quickly dissected the claim, with some dismissing it as Marlon just trolling in typical comedian fashion, while others argued that the details seemed too specific to be a random punchline. Within hours, Soulja Boy Exposed was trending on Twitter, with users debating whether this was comedy gone too far or an actual bombshell. Soulja Boy hasn't officially responded, but those close to him say he's furious about the claim and considering a direct response to shut down the rumors. Regardless of the truth, Marlon's words have sparked one of the wildest conversations in hip-hop this year, and fans are watching closely to see if Soulja fires back or if this secret really has legs. Not Soulja Boy getting dragged through the mud and exposed in a way nobody saw coming, this time by none other than Marlon Wayans. Now the question everybody's asking is, what did Soulja do this time? Because Big Draco stays making headlines, but this situation is on a whole different level. This beef between Marlon Wayans and Soulja Boy has been brewing online for days, shots being fired back and forth, but Soulja couldn't keep it on simple roasting terms. Instead, he crossed the line completely. Rather than keeping things playful or music-focused, he decided to go straight for a personal dig, dragging Marlon's transgender son into the crossfire. Soulja Boy jumped on X and posted, "Ain't your son a T-gender?"
Do you think it's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry?
Oh no, Queen!
That sucked D. Like he wanted to make sure no one missed it, he even followed up by posting screenshots of articles highlighting Marlon publicly supporting his 23-year-old son. That wasn't trolling, it was disrespect taken to the next level. The internet lit up instantly, with fans, critics, and celebrities chiming in, and suddenly the focus wasn't on jokes or clout anymore. It became a serious clash about respect, family, and boundaries, sparking outrage across the culture. Soulja Boy didn't stop. He doubled down, throwing out more wild disrespect. He fired off another post saying, "That F-slur-ish running the family, huh? Marlon Wayans, no wonder you like dressing up as a bee. It's in your blood, straight up foul." But here's the thing, Marlon Wayans is not the type to let something like that slide. Instead of lashing out recklessly, he jumped on X and hit Soulja Boy with pure facts mixed with razor-sharp disrespect. Marlon clapped back with, "You know you can get canceled for transphobic slander like this. Fortunately for you, you don't have a career. Apparently you've been canceled for the last 17 years. Crank That was 2007, we're still waiting." And just in case people missed it the first time, Marlon doubled down, reposting Soulja's original tweet with a caption that cut even deeper. If Soulja Boy had a career, he could get canceled for this type of slander. Luckily, he ain't been relevant since 2007. That hit hard because, truth be told, Soulja Boy has been fighting irrelevance for years. What was his last real hit?
Soulja Boy, he been canceled. He nobody cares Soulja Boy. So Soulja Boy better go to get that check. Yeah, I don't think he had a hit since.
Nobody can name it, and honestly, nobody even cares anymore. Instead of music, his name trends for drama, social media stunts, or wild rants about being the first rapper to do everything. But Marlon's shots exposed what fans already knew. Soulja's career has been running on fumes for over a decade. By the next day, it was obvious Soulja Boy knew he went too far. He jumped back on X, quietly deleted every post, and threw out a half-hearted apology. His words were, "I apologize for crashing out. I just be trying to defend myself, but sometimes I take it too far. Back to the music and TV shows. Love y'all." But nobody was buying it. The apology felt hollow, especially because in the same breath, he tried to justify his behavior by saying Marlon dissed him first in an interview. So was it really an apology or just straight up damage control? From the outside, it looked like Soulja scrambling to save face before the backlash got worse. And to really understand how we even got here, you have to rewind the tape a little. This whole firestorm started back in January when Marlon Wayans appeared on 101.1 The Wiz. During that interview, he was asked about Soulja Boy performing at Donald Trump's event. Marlon didn't hold back. He clowned the move, saying Soulja had already been canceled, just chasing whatever check was thrown his way. Then he twisted the knife even deeper, joking that Soulja probably didn't even realize it was a Trump event until it was too late. That joke didn't sit well with Big Draco. You already know, Soulja Boy has an ego bigger than a stadium, and once he heard those comments, he completely lost it. Instead of brushing it off, he took it personal, and that's where the spiral began.
So I'm nervous. I'm like, is he gonna hurt me? Is he making music? I'm so nervous. I go up the stairs and I'm just heart beating, you know what I mean?
First, Soulja Boy hopped on X firing wild shots. Marlon Wayans, you a B and you not funny. Shut up, ninja. Keep selling your soul and sucking the higher up D's. Straight disrespect. Now, Marlon could have let that slide, but instead, he clapped back with heat of his own. Little boy, go sit your little self down on some uncle's lap and STFU. And that's when things went from heated to explosive. From that moment on, it was all gas. No breaks. Marlon flipped the entire beef into his own comedy special, roasting Soulja's entire existence in real time. He posted a pic of Soulja hugged up with another dude, captioning it, "I'm sorry, what now?" Looking like you'd give up anything for some meth savage. Then Marlon pulled out real receipts, dropping an old DM where Soulja begged to promote his 2017 Netflix movie Naked. That exposed Soulja as thirsty for clout long before this beef even started. And he wasn't finished. Marlon zoomed in on Soulja's teeth, writing, "Tell me Soulja Boy didn't smoke crack. Look at those burns on his lips. Them teeth look like they saying, 'I'll suck your D.'" The internet went into meltdown mode, memes, reposts, and non-stop dragging. At that point, Soulja had no choice but to surrender. He deleted his wild posts and reshared one of Marlon's tweets, writing, "Ha ha ha, this actually made me laugh. Much love to you fam at Marlon Wayans. I'm done being mad." Just like that, Soulja tapped out of the fight. But here's the kicker. Marlon wasn't even saying anything new. He was just voicing what fans and critics had been clowning Soulja for years about. The difference? Marlon did it with brutal precision and comedic timing that left no room for Soulja to fight back.
Nigga, they paid me a bag. Obama ain't never put no money in my pocket. Kamala ain't never put no money in my pocket. Trump put money in my pocket.
Marlon didn't really expose anything brand new. He just put a megaphone on what people in the streets have been whispering about for years. If you've been outside, you already know the rumors about Soulja Boy living a double life. This isn't the first time someone has suggested he might be dipping both ways. Remember that white dude, William the Baddie, who popped up on Tasha K's Messy podcast? He flat out claimed that he and Soulja hooked up one night after an event, painting a picture that had the internet spiraling. According to him, Soulja was allegedly with all the smoke when the cameras weren't rolling. And that wasn't the only time suspicions were raised. Vivica Fox, a true OG in the culture, once sparked headlines herself when she gave her 2 cents about Soulja. She brought up that infamous XXL cover with Soulja Boy and 50 Cent, saying the picture was giving heavy DL vibes. Fans took it as Vivica hinting there was more behind the smiles and poses than what met the eye. In an industry as messy as hip-hop, rumors spread faster than wildfire. On the surface, Rappers flex like they're the ultimate ladies' men, but behind the scenes, whole different story. The whispers, the side comments, the alleged encounters. People have been piecing this narrative together for a long time, and Marlon's roast just pushed it back into the spotlight with full force. Once Marlon's roast went viral, the internet did what it always does, started digging. Old scandals, shady clips, and forgotten interviews about Soulja Boy began resurfacing like ghosts from the past. Suddenly, timelines were flooded with receipts. Fans brought back that infamous Breakfast Club interview where Soulja lost his mind, ranting about Drake, Tyga, and everybody under the sun. At the time, people laughed it off as entertainment, but now, viewed through the lens of Marlon's accusations, it looked like a meltdown from someone carrying heavier secrets than he let on.
I loved it. I had some it was Louis, it was everything, and it was perfect. And he was like, take this, you white bitch, white. Like he kept, like he's very like into like the race play stuff. And
Soulja.
But here's the thing, I don't know if this was really him or it was like drunk.
Then came the old court docs. Whispers about lawsuits and screenshots from women who claimed Soulja treated them foul in private while projecting a different image in public. Some even tied it into the DL rumors, saying his over-the-top bravado was just overcompensation. What made it worse? Every time Soulja tried to clap back, the memes and jokes just got louder. Instead of defending his reputation, he looked like he was drowning in his own history. The streets had already decided. The Marlon roast cracked the door open, and now the flood of past receipts was sealing the narrative. Once the floodgates opened, it wasn't just fans piling on. Other celebrities started jumping into the mix, making the drama even hotter. Comedians, rappers, and influencers all had something to say, and every comment added more fuel to the fire. Charlemagne the God slipped in a slick jab on the Breakfast Club, calling Soulja the first rapper to cancel himself twice. Then Boozy chimed in on IG Live, laughing about how Soulja couldn't take a joke from Marlon, but always dishes out disrespect to others. Even 50 Cent reposted one of Marlon's memes with a crying laugh emoji, stirring the pot further. On the flip side, a few folks defended Soulja, arguing that Marlon crossed a line by going after personal rumors instead of keeping it strictly comedy. But even those voices were drowned out by the sheer volume of roasting. The narrative was set. Soulja wasn't just losing the beef, he was getting clowned by the whole industry. And the more he tried to disappear into back to the music mode, the louder the noise got. This wasn't just a one-day trending topic, it was a cultural pile-on that Soulja couldn't outrun. So when Marlon threw that little jab, he didn't really expose Soulja. He just repeated what's already been floating in the streets for years. The truth is, Marlon just amplified the whispers that fans and critics had already been clowning Draco with for the longest. But the real question is, did Marlon take it too far, or was Soulja asking for it by dragging Marlon's son into the mix first? Is Soulja Boy officially washed, a shadow of his Crank That Glory days? Or does he still have some clout left in the culture to fight back? And most importantly, why do these older rappers keep airing out their beef on the internet like they're not pushing 40 with legacies at stake? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. And trust, this drama isn't ending anytime soon. Check the next video on your end screen because the receipts and the roasting are only getting wilder.